Becoming a Trojan was the best decision I've ever made. It showed me how to win.
Over the middle has Bryant for the touchdown.
Encouraged me to push my limits.
Bryant to fly motion. Uses his speed to give the Trojans the lead.
It taught me to continue to fight on through adversity.
All alone. Gary Bryant, touchdown.
I am forever thankful for the opportunity to put on for the city of LA. I need to do what's best for me in the next chapter of my life. To find a home that will give me the best chance to reach my goals of going to the National Football League. There are many places I know that can get me there, but there is only one place where I know I belong. And that place for me is going to be Oregon.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's always a pleasure for y'all to hang out with us no matter what time you catch the show. Join me, Travon Smith, you know what I'm saying, with two of the dudes. I couldn't do it without my left hand and my right hand, Coach GB, Coach Dennis. Coach Dennis, how you doing? Let's check in with you, man. I know we caught you off guard. We don't never record during the day, but you know it's.
I know.
What's up, boss? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Man, we just had a little spring game yesterday at Centennial, man. We did so, we looking good.
All right.
Yeah, like our new quarterback, man. He looking nice, man. He look like he'll set the tone for the year.
Yeah.
Got a nice little running back, man. He look like he running the 4-4, man. That boy look fast, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we doing real well, man. My son, he up in the Bay. He doing well, man, So
Okay.
man, life is good.
I heard you talk about everything except for that defense.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey.
But talk to me.
It's gonna be a new year, man. Hey,
Okay,
D-line, man.
that's all I need to say. That's all we got.
I'm proud of my D-line, man. You know
Okay.
what I mean? We're gonna set the tone this year.
Okay, I just have to check in because usually you start off with D. I mean, you were quarterback, running back, you know what I'm saying? And then Drake, I didn't hear nothing about the D.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like you said earlier, man, we in the middle of the day. We used to do shows at the night. So you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach GB, how you doing, man?
I'm straight into the Snoop Dogg khaki crease, my brother. I woke up, so I'm blessed, bro. My Trillion Boys team, we grinding and shining, and I'm so fortunate to have an all-star cast of coaches, and we moving on one accord, living life like a green light, full throttle in whatever we do. And, our mission statement is to develop these young boys into men and tell them that adversity is a part of life, and your character is defined on how you respond to that adversity. And the best way I can say it is like a picture in a frame. We doing the same old thing, man. We identify as champions 2023. If anybody want to smoke, take the boxing gloves off your tongue and put them on your hands, because we coming, baby. We coming.
Yeah. Definitely got a beautiful situation out there. Coach G, where can they follow that journey at?
You go to Gary Bryant 701 on IG, or you can go to 11U, Trillion Boys 11U _ and you can find a journey and see how we get down. We teach football is 80% mental, it's only 20% physical. So it's a life learning lesson, pretty much.
And before we get to our special guest, you know what I'm saying, because I can't wait to get to this interview. I appreciate everybody even letting me be a part of this situation, man. But I want to Coach Jackson, you got your workouts tonight. Tell people where they can reach you at or reach, I know you got a PR department and stuff now. We used to be able to call you. Now I got to talk to the secretary or the assistant secretary, but tell them where they could get your workouts at and what times they are.
Yeah, Get It Done Sports Arena. You could we get together on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 9, and then on Sunday morning from noon to 1:30 at Citrus Park. We do a little field and D-line training, a little linebacker, a little hips, a little agility, a little speed.
Okay.
We do a little everything.
Yeah, we'll put Coach I said almost said Coach Jackson's information in the description. Make sure people get out there. And I'm gonna be honest with people. I've taken kids out there from every school. He don't recruit. He just work out. So it's a beautiful situation. Now, hey, now let's get to the meat of the. Let's get to the meat of the, as they say, the meat of the dinner. We got the one and only Gary Bryant Jr. on here, ladies and gentlemen. For those that don't know, Gary, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. I know your dad's going. Go ahead, Big Gary. I want to hear everything. I want to hear the Centennial stats too. That's what I was trying to tell him. But go ahead, you better get it too.
No, I got to give him his formal,
Okay.
introduction.
Okay, I want to. Hey, I was going to him, Coach Gary, because I want to hear it all. But come on and give it to me.
Right, so I'm gonna give it to everybody like this. The original Mr. Get Loose in a phone booth. He was once said to play 4 quarters of football in Timberland boots. Resume captivating, go longer than the spruce goose. He just graduated from USC. Oh, congratulations. Staying on them corners like Arco, better yet, them shell stations. The definition of a soldier, like Master P. Walking ain't his thing. He likes to run, like DMC. Stacking trophies be his hobby, but dressing is his forte. He got more routes than the 9160 and the 405 freeway. Top receiver in California, 247 Sports Top 50. Top recruit class of 2020 USC. Army All-American. Opening MVP. Paul Hornsby, finalist. This ain't just my son, but my protege. I give you the GB.
Okay. I'm gonna go on record and say I've been around Gary, long enough. I don't think he was gonna do that for himself.
Nah. He's modest.
Yeah, let's give it up for a dope young man. A guy that walks by his actions. He just graduated from USC, which means a lot. Every time I'm around him, he's as humble as can be. No matter who's in the room, he talks to people he don't even know. Man, I'm telling you right now, I'm talking to his dad. He's a great son, a great brother, a great whatever include great grandson to his people. Man, let's give it up for Gary Bryant Jr. joining us on Turf Talk, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me, man. Appreciate it.
Come on now, this is our family. Go ahead and I want to start it off, man. I want to talk a little bit about going from. I want to use all our time because this first time we sat down and really talk. I want to talk about from going from Corona Centennial to USC. What as far as the emotions you had and what it took to get there, as far as your comfortability when you got there.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a different transition going from high school to college. Obviously playing against those guys in high school, being at Centennial, a good program, we always get to see D1 talent there. But going there, the game at a level in college is a little faster. Everybody hit a little harder and things like that. So just getting adjusted, staying on, being with Big Dang, being in the weight room before going to college and training with my pops. Running hills and doing the little stuff that we can do to be above everybody else, all the other freshmen that was coming in. And everybody else, you got to compete against sophomores, juniors, five-year seniors in college. So just trying to come into college being in tip-top shape so I can compete for a starting job.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Coach G, you want to jump in?
Yeah, first I want to say I love you, son, and I'm proud of you, and I want to thank you for coming on our show. And I want everybody out there to know that 69% of student athletes graduated 6 years. GB1 did it in 3. I commend you for that, son. And before I get to my question, I want to say, like the song said, the more money you see, the more problems you see. It's unfortunate because the higher up you go in the Rams, you see a lot of haters. I see it a lot. I see it on the football field. It's very unfortunate. And by the way, when GB1 gets to the league, I'm going to make a movie, and some of these parents are going to make me they're going to give me an Emmy, and you'll know who you are. But my question for you.
You in and out, GB. Coach Gary, you in and out on us.
Yeah, I don't think he can. Hello, you got to repeat it. You going in and out.
Okay. I just said I want to know what's your why. What motivates you?
I mean, being 4 years old, a little boy, me and Pops, he brought me a Nerf football. And ever since then, it's just been my dream of playing a National Football League. It wasn't about the money they make, about the fame that they have. I think it was just my personal goal of loving football, loving the sport, and then going out there loving the grind for it. Like I used to ask my dad, 8 o'clock at night, can we just go to the park and throw the ball? Can we just go work out? Can we just do this? Can we do that? While everybody else was outside trying to go to the mall. And it was just my dream and my aspirations to make it to the NFL. And I'm still in that journey of working out every day and trying to make it to the NFL. So it was just always been my dream of being a first round pick, a top receiver coming off the board. So I'm just doing everything in my willpower to make that dream a reality.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Coach Jackson, you want to jump in?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go and share that love too, man. I want to tell you I love you too, bro. Man, it's crazy because man, I've seen this dude grow up from a little tot to where he is right now. I used to call him Young Bird because he had a little bird chest, and look where he at now. He with the birds now. He with the ducks. You know what I mean? So my question, well, I still want to expunge on just how much, man, like I'm so happy that I had an opportunity to put a tool in your toolbox and have your dad let me train you. And so I just want to say, man, I'm happy for you too, man, and just excited for what you got coming. But one of my questions is, what made you choose the Ducks over all the other schools? Like, what they put out there for you?
Yeah, I think all of the schools had a pretty high on my board as far as everything. But I think Oregon checked off every box as far as having a great quarterback, having an offensive coordinator that wants to come in and throw the ball and get their guys, get the receivers the ball, not just one receiver, two receivers. They had Coach Stein came in. He almost had 3 receivers go for 1,000 last year, and that's his plans here at Oregon. So just finding an offensive coordinator that loves to get their guys the ball, their playmakers the ball, and then having a receiver coach that can develop me to an NFL receiver. And Coach Adams, me and him had a great relationship coming out of high school. He was at the University of Washington when he recruited me, so I was high on Washington because of him and Coach Pete when they were at Washington. So having a great receiver coach and then having a head coach that you can believe and trust on. I mean, Coach Dan is a great man outside of the field, but obviously the accolades for himself when he was at Georgia, having a number 1 defensive team. He's still getting guys drafted from him recruiting them 2-3 years ago. So I think that they have every piece as far as, like I said, the offense coordinator, the receiver coach, the quarterback room, and then the head coach, and then going into a program that's not rebuilding was a priority for me. I want to go to a program where I can help them succeed. And, at Oregon, it's always a championship year or bust. So, I want to go to a program where we can win games and I can just help that program succeed.
Yes, sir. If you're just tuning in right now, we're talking to the one and only Gary Bryant Jr., the number 1 wide receiver from the transfer portal from USC. Got a chance to go to his coming out party, cut the cake. It was green and yellow. He's going to the mighty Oregon Ducks. There's a couple things I want to say, Gary, as well, man. I appreciate you, little Gary. I appreciate you for letting me in your life. Man, I done defended your name in some garages, some houses. I ain't letting nobody speak on you either. So, you know what I'm saying? So I just want you to know I'm right there behind your pops and Coach Jackson. One of the few things that people might not know from the outside looking in, this young man and Drake Jackson, which is Coach Jackson's son, they come home and still work out with their dads, which I think is very amazing. I go out there and I see y'all working out with your dads, and I'm like, usually you see parents, things change after, but the relationship you guys have with your kids, I definitely want to give you guys props for that, because I think it's more about the relationship than it is about the sport. The sport is just, it's a measure of time, but, the parents will always be there. I want to rewind it. Coach Jackson jumped in on the Oregon. I want to go back a little bit and talk a little bit about USC. You know what I'm saying? What did USC do for you as far as mentality, as far as your physicalness, as far as, because I told your dad, I said, ooh, you looked it different. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the outcome was or whatever we're at now, it's, I seen some growth in you there that I was like proud of you, just, watching from the stands and on TV.
Yeah, so I was at SC for 3 years. So, obviously I got to see a lot of great receivers come and go. Amon St. Brown, Michael Pittman, Tyler Bonds, Drake London. Obviously Jordan Addison just got drafted first round, and being around Coach Kerry Covert was my receiver coach. Then when Lincoln Riley came in, seeing his offensive mindset, how he calls plays and how he develops routes and how the receivers play. So I think that I got a chance to, develop my body as a college player, being in a college facility like SC, and then not only that, but learning the mental aspect of the game, because I think that's very important too. Learning how to be patient with routes and sit in certain zones and know how to beat certain defenses. So I think that my time at SC was a great time when knowing how to. They do a good job of, making sure that you got the answers to the test when you play on Saturday. So, studying your play, watching film, and being prepared.
I like that, man. I see the professionalism on you already, but I've seen it a long time ago. I'm glad everybody else is getting to see it. I just want to say one more thing. Your dad's going to know, because we was watching the game on the phone together. When Jordan Addison has that highlight going that deep post over the middle, Gary Bryant Jr. had 3 people on him, which allowed Jordan Addison to get that single one-on-one coverage if nobody really pays attention to football. I seen it when it was happening, brother. So go ahead, Coach G.
Man, he's so well-spoken, man, and I'm so proud. And I want to say to every parent out there, man, we can either raise today's stars or tomorrow's nightmares. And we are the hierarchy in our homes. And, just like KB1 came to me today and said, Dad, I need some new Jordans. And I said, what's wrong with the ones you have? And he said, they're small. Well, I grabbed them and I cut the tip off of them and I handed it back to him. And I said, well, you have the first Air Jordans.
Yeah.
So I'm just joke, but what I'm saying is that we run this, you know what I mean, as parents, and it's our duty. And he's such a well-spoken young man. I'm so proud of him. And if I could ask you, son, what is it that your goals are from here on out?
I mean, just to be consistent. I mean, obviously my goal is to be a first-round receiver. I want to be the first receiver taken off the board in the 2024 NFL draft. And then, have a great NFL career, play a long time in the NFL, and have a great journey.
Right. No, I can attest to that. And I want to say to all the student athletes out there, I'm going to give you guys some stats. In Riverside, there are 49 schools, 39,443 students. In LA County, there are 782 schools, 663 students. In San Bernardino, there are 75 schools, 46,693 students. The NCAA allows 105 people on roster. Only 80 can dress. Remember, only 11 at one time can be on the field per team. So what I'm saying is you have to separate yourself, because there's a lot of people out there. And I'm going to say this, what good is a diamond no one can see? You have to let yourself shine. And I have I don't want to take up too much time, but I have something. This is something that you have to always have a vision. And this board right here, this is GB1's board, and he had this since high school. And he had this board since high school, and he would put it on his wall. Even in college, he put it on his wall. He would look at it every day. So if you stop dreaming, you stop living. That was his vision statement. So I just wanted to put that out there to everybody, and so we can all, I want to give you guys some gems. So I want to say thank you again.
Appreciate it, Coach G. Coach Jackson, you want to tap in? Yeah, you're on mute. You're on mute, big dog.
Sir, yes, sir. First of all, I just want to tell you congratulations on getting your master's, and man, that's the most important part, man. Yeah, you have a degree from one of the top universities in the world, and man, you'd be set up for life, Also, man, I just want to tell you, man, we had talked before, and we any school that I told you was going to go to, like I said, it's just a business trip, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, I'm excited for you as far as like you said, you want to go first round, and I believe you have the abilities to do everything that you want to put forward to it. But like I said, just keep grinding, keep doing what you do. You know what I mean? Like you said, getting with your pops, as far as getting that extra word, you know how it is, man. So it's not a question. It's just more congratulations early. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, I'm gonna check you out, and I'm gonna be at a game and watch you do what you do. So
Definitely. I think we're gonna all be at some games, Coach. Hey, Gary Bryant Jr. on the board right now. We get a chance to talk to him. Let's talk about getting to Oregon. Let's talk about the transition of, leaving the past behind and now looking, tunnel vision. What's the plan? Have you started working out, installing, being part of the playbooks, learning, whatever you can tell us what's going on without, breaking the code or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, just getting around the guys. I haven't been able to work out yet. I have to be enrolled in school, so that's going to happen pretty soon here, getting enrolled in school. But just getting around the guys when I was able to come down and, seeing their mind. I got a chance to be around Bo Nix for a little bit and pick his brain about how he thinks, how he feels about football. What's his process and what he thinks is a good receiver. What is he looking for me to come in and do for him to help him for his success? And I think that as a group, as a whole team at Oregon, I just think everybody's on the right mindset. Is like, man, we got to win. I mean, that was the biggest thing that I seen when I was coming up here on a recruiting visit. Is like, we want to win. I mean, simple as that. And that was my biggest thing. Like I said, I didn't want to come into a place where they were rebuilding and, it's easy to go somewhere. You can go to somewhere smaller or whatever, but I think everybody's got to do what's best for them. I mean, if you got to go to a school where they love you, I mean, that's the best thing I can say. For my situation, I think Oregon was the best situation for me. But if you guys are getting recruited, I think go to the best situation for you, no matter if it's a smaller school, the biggest school. Nobody else is going to put that work in but y'all. But I think y'all just go there and check out the campus, get around the guys that you think is going to be valuable in that team and pick their brains. Because I think the student athletes are going to keep it real with you outside the field. And I think that's what I got a chance to do is pick their brain and ask them, okay, how was coach? I was getting recruited by Miami and Coach Cristobal he went there and he was obviously here at Oregon previously. So a lot of guys on this roster were coached by him. So I got to pick their brain about him and about Coach Dan and what do you like? What's the differences between them? And, so just making sure that everything was on the table before I got here.
I think you kind of like, sparked a couple things in my brain. As far as one thing I want to say to you, because when you said, Bo Nix said, well, what is it that you can help him? Then it clicked at me like, you did play with a Heisman Trophy winner. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I didn't forget about that, but I kind of forgot about that. I think we're all, forgetful as far as the accolades that the people around us get. The second thing I want to talk about, when you're talking to the young men right now, and they're in, because we're not talking to, your dad knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We want these people to understand when you're transferring from schools, there's a lot of pressure not to leave or whatever. What do you say to the average athlete that's not just hopping? There's a difference of people just hopping around and they just, I can't get no playing time. Well, son, you're not really good. And then there's a difference of maybe the situation that some people come across, like may have yourself or whatever, which is a respected way. And that's why they created the transfer portal. What do you tell the people, the young athletes that's scared to transfer because, hey, I don't want to let my teammates down. But I heard you say earlier something about, well, Coach Jackson said it's a business decision. And you said, it's do what you have to do for yourself. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what's best for you in any situation, whether that's football or outside of football. You got to live your life for you. I mean, if you're in a situation to where you you can go be great somewhere else and you got to know your value. I mean, last night I was sitting up watching the new Air movie, the Air Jordan movie. I don't know if you guys seen that, but his mom was sitting there telling the guys like, he needs a percentage of whatever Jordan makes. And they were like, we can't do that. There's no athlete that ever made a percentage off a shoe. And she was like, well, we know his value and we're pretty sure you know his value. So if you really want this, you're going to make it work. And at the end of the day, you see Jordan makes $3 billion a year in his shoe. So, I mean, just knowing your value, your self-worth, I think everybody's got an opinion and you don't value nobody's opinion. You know your self-worth. So if you think you can go out there and you can go grind and win, at the same school, go do that. But if you feel like, you kind of thrown in the back and you can't, and you did everything that you can do, you're handling off the field school things right, handling on the field things right, and you still don't have the opportunity that you want, I think that you should just bet on yourself and then pick the best school, be patient, don't move too fast, but obviously like, okay, well, I got time and, just make sure everything is planned out, just move cautiously.
Hey. Go ahead, Coach. I mean, he pretty much answered everything I got to ask. And, hey, I think you got a future in television on ESPN or NFL Network. Go ahead, Coach G.
Yeah. I want to say character is everything. And I think that's one of your strongholds. And Gary, if you can remember the young man that was basically on his deathbed that had COVID. You remember that guy? Your cousin, Dojani, hooked us up with him. Mm-hmm. And this story is real quick. The man was dying of COVID. He basically was giving up. And, we talked to his family. I recently, talked to his mom and he was dying and he was giving up on life. And Gary actually called the guy, did a video thing to him and the guy broke down. And after that, he said, the guy said it gave him strength. Guess what? He's doing well today. He did all his appointments. He gave strength. So what I'm saying is your character goes far. And that's a beautiful thing, what you did. That story right there just touches me, just thinking about that. I mean, so you never know the power of what you do. There's power, and I want everybody to know out there, in all journeys come with resistance. You're always gonna have resistance in everything you do. And I'm proud of you. And I got a different way of playing quick fire. If you guys could do it, I want all you guys to get involved. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Everybody give me your feedback and what you think the answer is. Okay, Gary, so you go first. The hardest school to get a football scholarship. What do you think it is?
Alabama.
Hey, that was my pick.
Okay, both Alabama. What you got, Big D?
I'm gonna say USC.
Okay, Stanford. Stanford is the answer. Okay, number 2, 4 states that give the most football scholarships. Go ahead, Gary. Give me 4 states.
Florida, Texas, and Georgia.
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
I was gonna go Florida. Oh, go ahead, Coach Dennis.
Florida, Texas, California, and yeah, I'm gonna say Georgia. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Florida, Texas, California, and let's leave out one of them. I'm gonna go Michigan.
Okay, the answer is Texas, California, Ohio, and Florida.
I knew I was next door.
Hey, the last question. The hardest sport to get an athletic scholarship in. Go ahead, Gary.
Football.
Okay. Go ahead, Coach D.
The hardest sport to get an athletic scholarship. I'm gonna go.
There's so many people that play football.
Yeah. Let's go lacrosse. I'm gonna go lacrosse.
Coach D, I was gonna go rugby and lacrosse. I'm gonna go tennis.
Okay. The hardest sport to get a athletic scholarship in is football. So Gary was right.
Okay. Hey.
I won them.
All right.
Hey, like I said, we checking in with the one and only Gary Bryant Jr. I challenge everybody who watched this video, go follow this man, go follow his journey. I know everybody can get something. The common denominator out of everything we spoke about today, it's this man's character. This man's character is very high. When I talk about who you are, I was like, hey man, he the kind of dude you would let your daughter marry. You know what I'm saying? I think that says a lot as a father. So you know what I'm saying? So like, I got love for you, bro. I got love for your whole family. Coach G, and Coach Jackson, you want to leave us with anything?
And don't forget, Gary has a clothing line. Gary, if you want to tell them about that clothing line, you can tell them a little bit about that and where they can buy it at and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so the clothing line is Manifest Destiny. I started that in high school. And it's just a reminder of, your dreams is your limitations. You could dream high. I mean, anything you want to be in life, you can do it. And it all started in the mind. So that's all Manifest Destiny is a representation of. And you can go to my Instagram bio, click the link in my bio, and, purchase you a shirt. And if y'all get it, man, just tag me. I'll post it up on my page, but appreciate the support.
All right. What's the IG, Gary?
Gary_Bryant1.
We'll have all your information posted in the description below. Coach Jackson, you want to say anything? Get out of here. Get us out of here.
Yeah, sir. I wanted to say, I got to coach him in youth ball. I got to coach him in high school. And, I'm not saying I got the special look but when you see a kid, you're like, man, that kid going to the league. Like, I seen that in him early, like as a youngster, you know what I mean? And when he had his choosing the school party, I wore an NFL team and I told him, I don't care about none of these schools that you're going to. I had the Raiders. So I'm hoping you go to the Raiders, but I know you're going.
Carry at the Broncos, bro. Carry at the Broncos. Go ahead, dog.
What I'm saying is, I know you're going to the NFL because I see that's the caliber type of kid you are, and like I said, man, just keep your future bright, keep your goals high, and definitely, man, you'll achieve what you get.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. With that being said, the Denver Broncos got Mims, Judy, you know what I'm saying? Gary Bryant Jr., son on the way out. Kerry over there at wide receiver coach. So it's definitely a pleasure for you to be a Denver Bronco, my man. Hey, We appreciate you for checking in with us, man. I know you got a busy schedule, you know what I'm saying, taking care of your business. The best thing we say, man, congratulations on that degree that you killed at one of the top universities you can get it to around the nation. That's your biggest accolade as of yet. We know it's a lot more coming from you, but you know, we defended your name all over, everywhere that anybody mentioned it, so we ain't got nothing but love for you.
Appreciate you guys having me on today, man. It means a lot.
Appreciate it. Hey, Coach G, we out. You want to get us out of here, Coach G?
I want to leave everybody with this, man. You know, real Lions like the process just as much as they like the prize. You got to love the burn. It's going to be pain, but hey, no pain, no gain. You know what I'm saying? I want to say that. And, you know, a lot of us out here chasing these kids, we need to be running around for exercise. I want to leave everybody peace, love, and happiness to you. GB1, go be great.
Turf Talk. We appreciate you guys. Everybody have a great day.